Allama Iqbal question and answers. Q.1 When and where was Allama Iqbal born? Ans. Allama Muhammad Iqbal, the poet of the East, was born in Sialkot, a town in the Punjab on 9 November 1877. Q.2 When did Allama Iqbal die? Ans. Allama Iqbal died in 1938, and could not see the actual creation of Pakistan, although he had played a major role in its creation. Q.3 Write about the education of Allama Iqbal? Ans. He received his early education in his hometown. In 1985, he went to Government College, Lahore. He passed his MA in 1899 from the University of Punjab. In the same year he was appointed Professor of Arabic at the Oriental College, Lahore. As held his job till 1905. In 1905 he left for England for higher studies. In London he received a law degree. In 1908, he was awarded a degree of Ph.D. by Munich University, for his work on Persian philosophy. He is also known as Dr. Muhammad Iqbal. Q.4 Write in 3 to 4 sentences the important years of 1877, 1930, 1938 in Allama Iqbal's life. Ans. 1877 Allama Iqbal, the poet of the East, was born in Sialkot on 9 November 1877. 1930 In 1930, Allama Iqbal presided over the Allahabad meeting of the All India Muslim League. Here he made a definite demand for a separate Muslim state in South Asia. 1938 Allama Iqbal died in 1938 and could not see the actual creation of Pakistan, although he worked very hard for its creation. Q.5 What did Allama Iqbal write to the Quaid-e-Azam in May 1937? Ans. Allama Iqbal in his letter to Quaid-e-Azam discussed in detail the problems of Indian Muslims and advised that only the creation of a separate Muslim state could solve these problems. Q.6 What were the contents of Allama Iqbal's letter of 21 June 1937 to Quaid? Ans. On 21 June 1937, Allama Iqbal wrote a letter to the Quaid in which he stated that a separate state of Muslim provinces, formed on the lines he had proposed, was the only way by which they could have a peaceful India and save the Muslims of India from the troubles created by non-Muslims. Q.7 What was Quaid's message on the death of Allama Iqbal? Or how did Quaid-e-Azam praise Iqbal's role in the message on his death? Ans. Allama Iqbal died in 1938. On his death, the Quaid-e-Azam sent a message in which he called him a guide, friend and philosopher. He praised Iqbal for standing like a rock during the difficulties and troubles which the Muslim League had to face which fighting the rights of the Indian Muslims. Q.8 What was the results of Allama Iqbal efforts? Ans. The result of Allama Iqbal efforts was that he woke the Muslims from their sleep and make them realize that the solution to all their problems was the creation of a separate Muslim state in India. Q.9 Write in 3 to 4 sentences about the political life of Allama Iqbal from 1926 to 1930? Ans. Allama Iqbal was elected a member of Punjab Legislative Council in 1926 and held this office till 1929. He was then selected as the president of the Punjab branch of the All India Muslim League, and held that important office till his death in 1938. Q.10 Write 3 to 4 lines about the accomplishments of Allama Iqbal. Ans. Allama Iqbal is known as a great poet. He was well versed in philosophy both Eastern and Western. He devoted a great part of his life to the study of Islam. He also took an active part in politics. He worked for Muslims of South Asia with great courage. Q.11 Mention any 3 points of Allama Iqbal's Allahabad's address? Ans. In 1930, Allama Iqbal presided over the Allahabad meeting of the All India Muslim League. 1. On this historic occasion, he made a definite demand for a separate Muslim state in South Asia. 2. India is a continent of human groups belonging to different races, speaking different languages and believing in different religions. 3. The principle of European democracy cannot be applied to Indian without recognizing the fact of different groups. 4. Punjab, Northwest Frontier Province, Sindh and Baluchistan be united Urdu a single Muslim state. Q.12 Why did Allama Iqbal want a separate state for the Muslims of India? Ans. Allama Iqbal wanted a separate homeland for the Muslims of the subcontinent, for they were a separate nations, with their own culture, customers, literature and religion. He wanted then to live in the state where they were free to follow the Islamic teachings and Quranic laws and would conduct their own foreign policy, plan their economic life, pressure and develop their own culture.